Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Kim Duramo, founder of the American Institute of Mind-Body Medicine. I am super excited to share today's Mind-Body TV episode, and I'm actually broadcasting from the medical mecca of the world, right here in Boston, just outside of Mass General Hospital. We have had something going on in my family. Everything's fine, but we're here to assist my dad from here today and share with you. We are bringing today's episode to share about a really very powerful ancient Hawaiian healing art that I came across several years ago, sometime in the last decade, that has really contributed massively to my life, personally, to my physical health and my body, and definitely to my practice of medicine. I think this is one of the tools that has revolutionized my practice more than, or at least as much, as anything else I've done, and that is the healing art of Ho'oponopono. And if you're not familiar with Hawaiian words, they're sometimes a little strange and maybe difficult to say, but this is spelled Ho'opono, P-O-N-O, and it really is a very simple art. It's developed and derived from something really, really complex that only like the big kahunas could understand and use, and it was very prescriptive, and not a lot of people had access to this for many, many, many years. And in more recent years, a doctor named Dr. Hugh Len, L-E-N, who is an MD, was versed in this healing art and used it to like literally clear out a whole psychiatric ward of severely insane PTSD patients. There's an amazing book on this, and I'll kind of make reference to that as well, but that's how I got introduced to this. And I did a workshop with Dr. Hugh Len many years back, and it really did change my life. So in short, the way this has been distilled down, some of you may be very familiar with it, especially because I've shared it previously, and I share it in some of my courses. In the Instant Elevation program, I go deeper into this, so some of you who've participated in that might be more familiar with this. But it is really simple, and I'm going to share today in the podcast a little more of the in-depth behind it, how it works, and why it's so powerful to literally assist in healing anything. So if that's interesting to you, if you've had anything, the whole gamut, PTSD, chronic pain, chronic anxiety, chronic fatigue, or anything that just feels unrelenting, like there's no hope here, I can't get better, I'm not finding answers, nothing's working for me, this is definitely something you're going to want to listen to. So welcome to everyone who is live. I always love connecting with everyone live. And hi, Randy and Catherine, and I see some other familiar people and also new people on here. Welcome to the live, and I know a lot of you are watching recorded or listening to the podcast, so welcome to you as well. I'm at drkimd.com if you'd like to tune in for more. But let's get started. So Ho'oponopono in basic is the premise that everything I experience, whether it's physical health or relationship troubles, or I fell and got hurt, or I don't have enough money, or whatever it may be, is in some level a reflection of my own consciousness. It's a reflection of where I'm residing. It's a reflection of my own beliefs, judgments, conclusions, assumptions, the paradigm that I'm living in. And life is not only a reflection of that, but if I want to make changes in any of that, I need only to start with myself. And so there are these 4 mantras. It's actually a 4-part mantra. You could use any one of these, or you could use all 4 of them and just kind of gently cycle them in your head and allow them to be like a record playing in the background. So the mantra is, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And the thinking behind this, or really a lot of the studies behind this, are when we harmonize with that frequency, the frequency of I love you, whether we're aware of pain in the back, or, oh my God, I can't stand my husband, or I'm really worried about my child, what am I going to do, or whatever it is, that we can allow sort of an upgrade in our perspective, a new way of seeing this, releasing the filter of, oh no, this is terrible, it's not going to be okay, the filter of perception that has us kind of stay stuck, and allowing us to see everything from the viewpoint of love. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And I'm not saying it to that other person that I want to heal, or, like my dad's going through something today and, I hope he heals. Let me do this as a prayer to him. It's actually to the part of me that is in fear, the part of me that may be in despair, the part of me that is in grief. So if I'm, for example, like this happens a lot with parents. I've had a lot of parents where something going on with the kid is really disturbing, and it's like, I can't even fathom, I can't stand to see them suffer, I can't stand to see them go through this, and they're in their own turmoil. You to actually just allow yourself to release everything you're holding that's having you perceive this through fear, because that prevents you from really being there for your kid, or really perceiving with clarity what will be the right options to heal, what will be the good options for them, what they actually need from you or outside resources. So parenting from love. When we can do this, we're clearing what's happening within us. If you're a parent especially, take a few deep breaths and feel into any fear you have over what's happening with your kid. Maybe not today in this moment, but just in general, like, will he get into the right college? Or, oh my gosh, is something bad gonna happen? Or if your kid is experiencing an illness, will they be okay? There can be so many layers that come up around that. And it allows you to release what you're holding on it, because you can't see clearly what will serve that person and what will serve yourself when you are residing in fear. And for more on that, you can go to tappingkids.com. I have a really great set of videos up on that page that kind of help you go deeper into this as a parent. I always want to throw that in there because I love giving resources to parents. I don't think there are a lot of them. If the audio gets a little off, just please somebody make a comment, because it's a little windy here. Tappingkids.com is a little page where you can get more on that. But you would basically do these mantras on yourself. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Now, what are you actually doing? First off, the way to use it is, okay, I notice this pain, and instead of, oh my God, I'm so freaked out, will it last? Will it go away? Will I be able to ever do my life again? Will I be incapacitated? And all the fear thoughts that can come up through that lens of perception, or the hopelessness that can come up, especially if you've been dealing with an illness for a long time. I know that was really true for me. I began to witness my symptoms and immediately go into a pattern of despair or hopelessness or helplessness. And that isn't going to help you heal. It actually impairs healing. So instead, I would bring my awareness to, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's like telling myself, not, yeah, I want to have this pain, yippee skippy, it's so great. It's actually just telling myself, it's okay that I'm witnessing what I'm witnessing. That gives me access to greater clarity and greater awareness, so I can make choices that allow me to heal. And it actually brings me into a different energetic state. It changes the patterns firing in the brain. It decreases inflammation. Yeah, it's a lot of wind here. Thanks for letting me know. It decreases inflammation in the body when we go into these brain states and come out of a fight or flight fear pattern. So there are a lot of things it's doing sort of medically in the body that allow the body to come into greater harmony. And at best, you'll feel more relaxed. You'll feel more connected with yourself. At worst, at the very least, and at best, it can turn off a pain pattern immediately within just a couple of minutes. So you'd basically feel what you feel, whether it's worry about your kid or this way of perceiving my money. I'm so afraid I can't leave my job because I don't have money, or, oh my God, I'm so tired. I just can't stand it anymore. What the heck is going on? I'll never make it. And to begin to say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Now, thanks, Rocio. I love you too. Thanks for the comments, everybody. One of the things people can get stuck on is, okay, I'm saying this mantra. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And it's like we're in the level of the mind. What am I sorry for? I don't get it. And it's not so much a matter of the apology, it's more the receiving that all is well. Welcome to all of you who are just joining. We're talking about the Ho'oponopono mantra, which is an ancient Hawaiian healing art that's literally been shown to heal just about everything. And I've used this in my medical practice for years with really very profound results. One of the ways I would use this is when I would treat my patients. In my practitioner program, the Be the Medicine program, there's a lot about how important it is to be able to hold the space for another's pain. And most doctors are not really very capable of being still, being in stillness when someone else is suffering. And especially, again, with parenting. I mean, I know for my mom, it's really hard for her. If I ever have like a problem or a challenge, it's like, it's okay. Why are you worrying about this? You don't need to worry about this. But sometimes it can be like, don't feel what you're feeling. I don't have space for you to feel what you're feeling because I'm not okay if you're not okay. And if you're a practitioner or a coach or, also a doctor like myself, it is the most essential component to allow healing. And it's actually been shown in multiple scientific studies and really what we call the placebo effect. If your doctor is present and aware and connected to you, if the doctor is aware and connected to the patient, there's a really powerful harmonic that can happen where the doctor can invite the patient into a new experience in their body. And that has been shown to heal every single illness we've ever conceived of in our medical system. And that's called the placebo effect. Here, this is a pill. It's really just an inert sugar pill. But there's this belief, there's this connection. It's not just in the mind. It comes from the level of the heart. I love you. I care about you. I'm witnessing what you're experiencing and I am here. When you have that kind of doctor-patient relationship, because we've looked at what makes it happen, what makes it sometimes not work. When you have that kind of a harmonic between doctor and patient at the level of love or above, at the level of the heart, there can be this transmission of consciousness. There can be this transfer that allows healing. And the patient takes the sugar pill, but because it's been exchanged and received in this way, the migraine headaches stop, or the cancer reverses, or, chronic knee pain goes away, inflammation and food allergies, or autoimmune illness, thyroid disease, virtually everything can vanish. What is happening? It's not just in the mind that you think you feel better. It's actually shown that even if the patient doesn't know whether they're getting the placebo or the real drug, the same effect can happen. Even in a placebo surgery where they pretend they go in, they make an incision, but they actually didn't do any surgery on the knee, the same results can be found in the treated versus untreated groups. There's something that's happening in the mind-body system that allows the harmonic of healing. And the Ho'oponopono mantra is a really powerful way to connect with this. So, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. When I would be with a patient, and so many of the people who would come to see me had significant despair. Oh, cutting in and out. Sorry about the audio. So much despair, so much pain, so much fear. And if I try to just, okay, let's just get you better. You're okay. Everything's okay. And shut down the pain, we're really only going to go so far. If I can really be present, the patient will actually have a catharsis. They can be more connected to what's actually happening in their body and share something they may have never shared before. Not because they're hiding it, but because they weren't in the consciousness of that awareness. I've seen it many, many, many times. In fact, one of my favorite friends and mentors, who's also a doctor, he's a family practice doctor, he's out in California, Tudor Marinesco, he said one time, we had made a comment, if you listen long enough, your patient will tell you exactly what's really going on. If you're present, if you're really present at the heart level, they will come into that new awareness. And he had replied, yes, and if you listen even longer still, you'll witness the healing happen right then and there. This is what we're talking about here with this particular tool. And I hope my audio is better. Sorry about that. So what are we doing in this harmonic? We're actually holding the space to allow something to happen. Okay, this should be a lot better here. When we go into this space of I love you, obviously we're coming into the harmonic of love and harmony. It's okay. I accept whatever is happening here. I'm willing to witness the hurting part of me. I'm willing to be present to the hurting part of me. I'm willing to invite this part forward. Does it have a voice? Does it have a need? Does it have something to share? That's the catharsis. 99.9% of your healing is about this release. Yes, there's a 0.1% that may be about the pill or about a procedure or about something that needs to happen that you need to receive. But that will always come easily and effortlessly when you're in this 99.9. Ragnhild has said, if my health is a reflection of me and my thinking, is it my fault that I'm sick? That's the thing that a lot of people do with this. They kind of twist it into a wrongness. No, it's not your fault, but this is a freeing opportunity to realize it's my responsibility to change what I want to change my own perception so that I can change my reality. So it isn't so much a blame or a fault, because you can feel the frequency of that, like, oh my God, now how messed up am I? It's my fault? My gosh, I'm already suffering enough, and now this person's telling me it's my fault. And that is really not what we're saying here at all, and thank you for asking. But it is my responsibility that I can say, oh, there's a key here. Can I take it and allow myself to use this so that I can change what I'm experiencing? If your perception creates your reality, which it indeed does, you can allow yourself to change your perception so you can let something higher in. Catherine says, how do I begin to love myself? So the very first piece is really to notice what you notice. Okay, I notice this pain. Maybe I notice that I hate this pain. Maybe I notice I can't stand it. I want to get off the planet right now. But I'm going to notice what I notice with allowing. For those of you who have done EFT tapping, there's a lot about I love and accept myself fully that allows that to really ignite health. I love and accept myself fully. I feel miserable and depressed and I can't stand it anymore. I love and accept myself fully. Can I allow that experience even when I'm in my dire straits, even when I'm in my worst pit of despair? Can I allow myself to embrace that? That has been shown to really change something in the brain, change something in your nervous system, in your immune system, that allows healing to happen. So if you just begin by noticing what you notice, take a few breaths right now, and we'll do this together. So just breathing in, and let everything go. And let yourself relax your body. When you relax your physical body, you will feel more, you will perceive more. Rachel is saying, is crying a release? Yes, absolutely. It's one of the hugest emotional, energetic releases that the body has naturally. So let yourself have it. She says, as I've begun this work, I've been so emotional for no apparent reason. Yeah, so just let yourself have the space to not need a reason and just let the energy move. So breathing in and feel your body, relax your shoulders, and notice what you notice. You may notice pain, you may notice all kinds of things, maybe that you don't like, but just let yourself notice them right now. And then send I love you to what you notice. Maybe you have fear about something that's happening. Maybe fear about your own illness or what's going on or might happen or not happen with someone else. Would you be willing to clear that so you can be a harmonic vessel? So send love to what you notice. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Breathing in, breathing out. And meet these spaces in yourself. Do it any time of day, as often as you like. When I first read the book, it's called Zero Limits. It's by a person named Joe Vitale, who some of you may have heard about because he actually was one of the people in the movie The Secret, and also Dr. Hugh Len. They kind of wrote it in conjunction. And it goes deeper into this work and how powerful it is and how to use it. I immediately knew I wanted to meet this guy. I want to work with him because Joe Vitale kept talking about these workshops, and I'm like, I got to do this. I want to meet him. I really know this is what I need to do. And it just so happened there was one in my local area like the following weekend, and I wasn't in the ER that weekend. I was like miraculously off that same time. So I thought, okay, I'm definitely going. And I went and had an extraordinary experience. And it really is that simple. I'm glad I immersed myself in it further, but you can actually embody this if you practice with yourself. Your inner knowing, your body will guide you on this journey into a greater depth where you can allow many, many more things to heal. Randy says, can this release lifelong patterns, like not letting in love or money? Yes, exactly. And there really isn't anything that's too big for this process to encompass. It's really, really powerful, but you kind of have to practice it on your own in order to understand or know what I'm talking about. Gail says, how does one align with a body condition that was created from the naivety of doctors and their inability to investigate the consequences of their own action? Is that even possible? So all of the anger you have at that person and what they should or shouldn't have done, and then the whole institution of medicine and all your ideas about it, all your memories about it, all of your frustrations with it, the heaviness of that is what you're transmuting. The heaviness of the powerlessness that comes along with that. Especially, we're going into Mass General today. We took my dad in, and we're in, a very allopathic environment, but we had a meditation for him to relax, and, it was like a pre-surgery meditation, and he did really, really well with that. Does that decrease inflammation in his body? Yes. Is that going to be statistically significant in his outcome? possibly, all of these things can make a huge difference, and they are being more and more embraced globally in the most allopathic of institutions. So there's more and more space for this now than there ever has been. So it's the energy of all these ideas I have. Just think about how much we carry about the medical institution, and oh God, I don't want to have to go there. They're going to tell me what to do, and it's going to be like this, and it's going to be like that. And we have this preconceived notion based on our own memories, thoughts, ideas, beliefs, experience, that which is unhealed in us. What if I were to perceive this through the lens of love? What if I were to receive this medication or treatment or procedure through the lens of love? That is a very different harmonic, and it will allow your body to receive something much higher. That's what we're talking about here. There's a lot more I've shared with this. I actually have a really beautiful meditation in the, what program is that in? In the Instant Elevation program. About Ho'oponopono and going deeper and using this. So for those of you who would like that, we can actually maybe make that available for purchase, because I know I've recommended that so often, but I don't actually think we've put it as independent audio. So you can certainly, we'll create a link for that and mail it out next week. If any of you are interested, you can subscribe at drkimd.com. So we'll get that together. It's a really powerful way to connect with your body, enter into all of these deep spaces, and then use the mantra. And you don't need the audio. That's just a guide if you would like it. But you can use the mantra to harmonize all of these spaces that you notice. Allow them to come up, connect with them, become aware of things you've never been aware of before. Yes, of course, this can change lifelong patterns. It's just been a lack of consciousness and a lack of awareness that's kept that in place. Sorry about the wind. Woohoo! Hold on a second. Let me move to a different spot. But so you don't need to necessarily have that guidance. It can definitely help. But just see if you can begin to play with this. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Who are we saying I'm sorry to? The one who was hurt by that doctor or that ex-husband or that parent or someone who was not fully conscious in their communication with us. Can you let yourself release that so you can have a new perspective? Oh, and I'm going to discontinue our podcast right now and say goodbye since I'm in a huge windstorm. I'm sending you all love, especially those of you who are dealing with a medical challenge and, for what we have going on. So I will intend that as I move through what we're dealing with today, that it's for all of us to move into greater harmony with our bodies and with our lives. I look forward to hearing how you practice with this and what you find, because I know it can be really, really powerful. If you need guidance, certainly send a message my way. And I'm going to be here every week at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm at drkimd.com. Certainly share this with anyone that you love, and if you know this would be a fit for them. Let me see what else we've got for questions. I love you all too. Eva says, what if we keep shifting back into uncomfortable states? I just kept practicing it over and over and over. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. You're really saying I'm sorry to the one who did experience it in a limited way, and where I have been hurt in the past, or where I am still carrying something, to let the subconscious mind release what it's holding. The subconscious part of you knows exactly why you're holding something, or that you're still sick and not healing, or what's going on. It's the conscious mind. You can't figure that out, no matter how hard you try, but you can allow yourself to open to love and allow this subconscious part of you in need to receive what it needs. And when it does, it always releases all of these unhealthy states. Sending you so much love. And yes, I'll say it again, Greg. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.